temporarily from Manchester, New Hampshire, this is Daryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Saturday, March 7th, 2015. Silver is trading at $15.92 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,165 per ounce. And according to BitcoinAverage.com, the average price of Bitcoin is $273. Antiwar.com reports Russian and U.S. officials are once again talking about the situation in Syria, or at the very least about the need to have new talks trying to unite against the increasingly powerful the Islamic State. The talks are being presented as the start of a new diplomatic push for a political settlement on the ongoing civil war, though the signs are that the U.S. is not taking the process at all seriously. Secretary of State John Kerry confirmed talks with his Russian counterpart on the matter, but in the days after those Monday talks, he is once again talking up military pressure to impose regime change in Syria as soon as the Islamic State is defeated. With the U.S. strategy in Syria already in tatters, the administration is clearly looking around for new options to claim they're doing something productive in the war. U.S. involvement in Syria talks will continue to be counterproductive, however, so long as they simultaneously talk up a settlement they don't intend to honor and regime change they ultimately want to impose. ExpressCoin is the best choice for buying Bitcoin, Litecoin, Dogecoin, and more. Get your cryptocurrencies with money order, check, wire transfer, or cash deposit. Get started at expresscoin.fppradio.com. UPI reports the U.S. Department of Justice will soon charge U.S. Senator Robert Menendez from New Jersey with corruption for allegedly using his position to advocate for the business interests of a friend in Florida. Sources briefed on the investigation told multiple media outlets on Friday that Attorney General Eric Holder has approved the pursuit of charges against Menendez. The senator allegedly received gifts and donations from ophthalmologist Salomon Melgen. In exchange, Menendez is accused of advocating on Melgen's behalf when the doctor was accused of overbilling Medicare. Menendez is also under investigation for allegedly advocating for Melgen's Dominican Republic government contract for port screening equipment. It is unclear if the senator broke the law by doing so. Meanwhile, Melgen donated $700,000 to Democratic senators, including Menendez, in 2012. Menendez denies any wrongdoing. For over 35 years, Roberts & Roberts has been a trusted source for buying and selling your investment-grade precious metals. They also take Bitcoin for precious metal purchases and permanently removed the minimum purchase order for all orders paid in the digital currency. Call Roberts & Roberts today for knowledgeable advice on investing and a forward-thinking approach to new technologies. 850-478-5270 or online at rrbi.co. Reuters reports Uber said it was halting operations in Anchorage, Alaska on Friday until Alaska's largest city can work out details enabling the ride-sharing company to accept paying fares, as an Oregon city sued the firm over safety requirements. Uber drivers have been providing free rides since last fall after a Superior Court judge ruled that accepting payments would violate the city's taxi ordinance, according to the Alaska Dispatch News. An Uber Anchorage operations manager said the company halted operations because the city's efforts to draft rules for Uber drivers, such as insurance and background checks requirements, have not come quickly despite months of negotiation. Anchorage Mayor Dan Sullivan said Uber's decision should not be attributed to inaction by the municipality, as the process has been continuous and a path forward has been established by the assembly. Uber has been fighting with cities across the country, contending that it is not a taxi service and should not be required to adhere to existing taxi regulations. The Oregon city of Eugene sued Uber in Lane County Circuit Court on Thursday, asking the court to stop Uber from operating until it meets what the city calls minimum safety requirements, according to Laura Hammond, Eugene's communication and policy analyst. Uber contends it already conducts its own third-party background checks and provides commercial auto insurance coverage. Uber suspended operations in Portland, Oregon in December, agreeing to give the city until April to come up with revised ride-sharing regulations. But Uber officials complain that Eugene has been more rigid and that a city decision to add Uber to its for-hire code set its services up for failure. This has been FPP Radio News, online at fppradio.com.